All right, so welcome to the Branding Bootcamp. Again, this is going to teach you how to go from hidden gem to in demand. This is a 4-day workshop, as we talked about before, and this is day 3. So if you missed the other replays, go ahead and search on this page so that you can go ahead and find them. But it is a 3-day workshop. 4-day workshop. Today is day 3. And if you haven't done so already, I know a lot of you guys have already done this, but if you haven't downloaded the workbook, go ahead and do that. And if you're tuning in live, all you need to do is just go to communityinfluencer.com/workbook to grab your copy now. Once again, that's communityinfluencer.com/workbook to grab your copy. And then finally, if you're tuning into the replay of this, you should see a copy of the workbook somewhere on this page. Just go ahead and scroll down and look around for that. All right, so this is workshop 3, and this is going to be right to sell. Okay, what we're going to cover today is how copywriting will make you money, why messaging matters, why some words make more money than others, and how to write words that sell, and how to design the perfect headline. And we're also going to cover how to get more people to contact you. But first, if you're new around here, my name is Erin Chung, and I teach agents how to get more leads, clients, and referrals so that they can grow their real estate businesses to 7 figures and beyond. And I do this through my signature program called the Community Influencer Academy, and it's the largest community for real estate agents in the world. So your messaging matters. In the previous workshop lesson, I promised to dedicate an entire lesson just to copywriting. And that's because I believe so strongly that your messaging matters. Every single word that you say either sells or repels. So you need to choose your words very, very wisely. Every word that you choose should lead you closer to a sale. This, my friend, is the essence of copywriting. I'm going to leave questions at the end of this lesson, but if you want to take a deeper dive into any of the things that we cover today, they're all going to be covered in my new book called The Real Real Estate Agent. So thanks to amazing people just like you guys, it did debut actually the day before yesterday at #1 in 4 different categories, including real estate. And it's currently the #1 ranked real estate book in the country right now, thanks to you guys. So when the workshop ends, just go ahead and grab your copy at communityinfluencer.com/book if you want to do so. And anyone that does is going to get a special complimentary VIP bonus. And I'm going to speak more about that at the end of this workshop. Now let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's define copywriting. Now, copywriting is the process of using persuasive words to guide someone to yes. Yes to noticing you, yes to paying attention to you, yes to reaching out to you, yes to signing a contract, yes to telling others about their experience. That is how copywriting makes you money. But what makes great copy? Who are your people? So great copy is conversational, it's simple, it's intentional, persuasive, that's the most important part. And let's cover what those 6 persuasion principles are. So they're reciprocity, scarcity, authority, consistency, liking, and social proof. So reciprocity is humans who feel compelled to return favors. Every single human feels compelled to return favors. Scarcity is when humans have an innate fear of missing out. We all have it. It's called FOMO, right? Authority is humans tend to follow the leader. Consistency, we all want to stick with what we know. Liking, humans are more likely to do things for people that they like. Social proof, humans want to do things that others are already doing. So let's go ahead and break each one of these 6 persuasion principles down. So this is inspired by Robert Cialdini, and again, we're going to cover each one of these in detail. Let's start with reciprocity, which was #1. Humans feel compelled to return favors. When someone does you a favor, you feel indebted to that person. It's human nature. Reciprocity is a powerful persuasion principle used in marketing all the time. It's one of the most famous examples that I can illustrate is Costco. So Costco has made probably billions of dollars at this point by appealing to our need to reciprocate favors. So when you're in the store, you've probably seen them offer those free samples down the aisles. And they do that to hungry shoppers as they walk up and down. And Costco's hope is that once you accept that free sample, you're going to be instantly compelled to buy the whole box. And I do every single time, and you probably do every single time as well. You can use the principle of reciprocity in your copy as well. So an example of this would be something like, want to know how to sell your home for more money in less time? Watch now. Then, if you consistently email content that your community finds valuable, you'll be able to give them a sample of your unique knowledge, expertise, and skills so that they know ahead of time what it's like to work with you. Then, when you're ready to buy, sell, when they are ready to buy, sell, or invest, you and only you will be the clear choice to help them. So when you give people high value consistently, they feel compelled to return the favor at the source. That's why you need to provide value consistently, because of this principle of reciprocity. It's never in vain, even when it feels like it. You're building massive amounts of loyalty, and that goes really, really far. So number 2 is the principle of scarcity. So again, this is when humans have an innate fear of missing out, aka FOMO. So we always want things that are just out of our reach. When something is seasonal, exclusive, one of a kind, limited edition, or out of stock, we want it more. So the auction style shopping channels have made millions by using scarcity as a marketing model. Think of like QVC, Home Shopping Network. They offer a limited number of products for sale and alert viewers constantly when a color, a size, or a flavor is being sold out. So oftentimes they'll start the auction, you think the product is totally ridiculous, but then after you begin seeing the quantity dwindle, you naturally become more enticed to buy. And I have several Snuggies and ShamWows to prove that. Another example is Starbucks, right? So Starbucks pumpkin spice latte, the infamous pumpkin spice latte. So every fall, we patiently wait for pumpkin spice latte to return. Then I drop what I'm doing and beeline it to the nearest Starbucks. This is scarcity in action. This year, Starbucks launched a whole set of pumpkin spice products for Keurig home brewing, and my husband literally bought all of them. And so we're going to be drinking pumpkin spice latte well into the summer, and I'm fine with it. So the point is that scarcity works. You can use it in your marketing too. And the easiest way to drive scarcity is to drive foot traffic. If you create massive buzz around your new listings, your open houses, buyers will see the demand, fear of missing out on that specific home, and be compelled to put an offer in quickly. So scarcity is the sole reason why multiple offers and bidding wars exist. When something is scarce, tell them. So don't write something like, don't miss out on this one-of-a-kind home like every other agent in the world. That copy is super weak, you guys. What you want to do instead is be direct and be bold. So tell people specifically why it's so scarce. Say something like, this home has the largest lot in the entire community, and it's the only one that has a pool. If you want to sell a home for more money and in less time, master the art of scarcity. Persuasion principle number 3, authority. So again, this is when humans tend to follow a leader. This is why we form lines for literally no reason at all. So I can't tell you how many times, if you're in like a movie theater or you're waiting for a ride at Disneyland or something like that, you just stand in line. You just find a line and you just stand in queue, only to discover that you're waiting in the wrong line the entire time. We've all done it. We don't even ask the person at the front what they're waiting for. We just find a line, stand in queue, and follow the leader. Nike's made billions and billions of dollars using this persuasion of authority in its marketing. And I want you to think of the Air Jordan. So it's the top selling shoe of all time because everybody wants to be like Mike. So brands use celebrities, athletes, musicians, all the time to secretly signal authority. And some brands are so good that they've signaled authority even through the use of mere copy alone. So think of Apple, who does this really, really well. But they're particularly well known for their exceptional use of copy, and they typically do marketing. Well, Apple does marketing well in general, but they're particularly well known for their exceptional use of copy. That's why they refer to their tech support team as geniuses. So they could use the term tech support or tech crew or something like that, like every other company, but instead they strategically chose a word that would signal authority. That's why we march into the Apple store, we go straight to the Genius Bar and do whatever they tell us because we're confident that they can help. It's literally genius. You can use authority in your marketing too. Every time you demonstrate your expertise, both online and in person, you're going to be seen as an authority. This is why it's absolutely critical that you know your real estate market inside and out. Not all copy is written, so think about your verbal lyrics, your scripts. These are verbal forms of copy, but it's still copy nonetheless. So the next time someone asks you, how's real estate? Have a compelling piece of copy ready, speak with authority, and then blow them away with your expertise and move that person closer to a sale, closer to a yes. Number 4 is consistency. So humans want to stick with what they already know. And it's because we tend to gravitate towards things that we're already familiar with. Oftentimes, it's just easier to deal with the devil that we know than to do the work to make a change. So McDonald's is a classic example of consistency in action. If you like them or love them or hate them, it doesn't matter. They've made billions of dollars, not because they've made the best hamburgers in the world, but because they are consistent. So you know exactly what's going to be on the menu. You know that the quality is going to be consistent, even if you think it's low. Whatever in the world you are, you can walk into a McDonald's and you know exactly what the burger is going to taste like and you know exactly what's going to be on the menu. This consistency keeps us committed and it keeps us from going somewhere else to get a better burger. McDonald's has also mastered the art of commitment. Like it or love it or hate it, they were the first food chain to market directly to kids. They realized early on that they could get kids to commit, and if they did, they'd have a customer for life. That is the power of commitment and consistency in action. Humans do not like the unknown. We want to buy products that are already familiar. We want to work with people who we're already familiar with. And you can use this principle in your business as well. You're going to use compelling copy to stay top of mind with leads, remove doubt, and incentivize referrals. Ultimately, no one really wants to go with a different agent. They only do that because they feel like they have a better opportunity elsewhere. But if you can use your copy to reinforce an amazing experience before, during, and after the sale, your competition becomes irrelevant. And you have a client for life. Number 5 is liking. So humans are more likely to do things for people that they like. Elon Musk is a great example of this principle in action. Again, love him or hate him, Tesla has made billions of dollars since Elon Musk took over as CEO. When people buy Tesla, they're not just buying a car, they're buying Elon too. They love what he stands for, they love who he is, they love the products he produces, and when they walk into a Tesla store, they're already sold. Mickey Mouse is another example. So although he's not technically a person, people buy from Disney because they love Mickey. But did you know that Mickey's actually been engineered to be more likable? Mickey's eyes, and most cartoons, are strategically drawn to be half the size of his face so that he'd look more like a child, because the human brain is chemically engineered to think that kids are cute. So when we see Mickey, we unknowingly see a character, but that we can't help but love. Likability is a powerful persuasion principle, and you can use this in your marketing too. When you write copy, make it easy for people to like you. There are plenty of opportunities to do that. You can do it in your bio. You can do that in your startup story, your brand mission, your vision, your values, all the stuff that we covered yesterday. It's really that simple. Number 6 is social proof. So humans want to do things that others are already doing. Have you ever seen a line of people outside wrapped around the corner, then found yourself wanting to know what was inside? That is the power of social proof. Restaurants do this. Again, movies do this. And if you go to a show, they all do this. They use social proof to drive traffic all the time. Apple does this also. They do a lot of stuff right, and this is another thing that they do. And if you haven't noticed, their line around the corner is strategic. Apple could easily produce enough iPhones and mail them to our houses, but instead they'd rather launch to create social proof, and that includes a line around the door. You can use social proof in your marketing too, though. All you have to do is show people that you're working with other people. And this can easily be done with powerful testimonials, 5-star reviews, and word-of-mouth referrals. When your brand messaging is strong, people will use it when they share their experiences with others. Now let's talk about the power of persuasion. Persuasive copy can be used anywhere to guide people one step closer to a yes. So here are just some of the examples where you can use persuasive copy. You can use it in your brand's headlines, descriptions, subject lines, body copy, calls to action, your website, your marketing material, your signage, lyrics and scripts, and all of the other elements of your brand's verbal identity. So now that we've covered the general principles of persuasive copy, let's go ahead and talk about headlines and subject lines. So great headlines. The sole purpose of a headline is to get the reader to scroll down and read the rest of your text. Likewise, the sole purpose of a subject line when you're writing an email is to get the recipient to open the email and the rest of the text inside. If you don't have a good headline, no one is ever going to see the rest of what you wrote. So I wrote emails and I wrote copy. I wrote a lot of stuff for a very long time without understanding this principle. But when I learned this maybe 10 or 12 years ago, I realized the subject line and the headline sells the rest of the copy. That's how you have to look at it. On average, 20% of the people read past the headline, only 20%. So I would argue that that's because most headlines aren't compelling enough to keep reading. That's why I spend most of my time writing headlines as opposed to the body copy. To speed up the process, there are some simple guidelines that you can follow. And let's cover what those are. So what makes a great headline? Great headlines are specific or data-driven, easy to understand, captivating, brief, emotional, or shocking. Okay, so let's cover some quick examples of these. So specific or data-driven. An example of that could be, home values are up 17%. What's your home worth now? Easy to understand. 7 simple steps to sell your home for more money. Captivating. How to avoid buying a property lemon. Brief. Let's talk. I wrote an email for Community Influencer and the subject line was let's talk. It was maybe 3 years ago because I was looking to get on calls with people. And within seconds, we had 300 replies just right off the bat, just from that one simple headline. So let's talk is really, really powerful. Emotional, you are not alone. Surprisingly, you are not alone is the most opened email subject line ever. They've done lots and lots of studies and you are not alone gets them every time. So I guess it's because it's emotional and a lot of times people feel alone. Shocking, the $75 million home next door, because who would think that they would live next door to a $75 million home, right? So specific, data-driven, easy to understand, captivating, brief, emotional, or shocking. That's what makes great headlines. Let's wrap this lesson up with one of the most important copywriting elements of all, the call to action. So a call to action, otherwise known as a CTA, that tells the reader exactly what to do next. It usually comes at the end of our body copy, and here's the flow. So first, you have the headline, and again, the headline sells the body copy, or the subject line sells what's written in your email. The body copy sells the call to action, or the email sells the call to action at the end of the email. And number 3 is the call to action, and that sells the next step in the process. So if you want someone to call you, tell them. If you want someone to text you, tell them. If you want someone to download something, tell them. Always, always, always end with a strong call to action. So let me give you some examples of what I mean. Text me, message me, join me, search for homes, get listing alerts, find out what your home is worth. These are all examples of strong call to actions that you should always be using at the end of every email, every video, every single thing that you do. You need to end with a strong call to action. So let's bring this back full circle. Copywriting is one of the most valuable marketing skills that you can master because writing persuasively can guide anyone to a yes. It may take time, but if you can master the art of writing persuasive headlines, body copy, CTAs, and you can be able to do that and create revenue literally out of thin air for the rest of your life. In the meantime, what I want you to do as you're mastering the art of copy, practice analyzing all of the marketing copy that you see. If you see that the copy compelled you to take a specific action, ask yourself why. So if you're out and about and you see a billboard, a sign, anything that you can see, a commercial, a Facebook ad, an Instagram ad, anything, even an influencer marketing as you're scrolling through Reels or TikTok, ask yourself, what made this want me to take action? And analyze what they did in their copy. When I was a brand new agent, top producers kept asking me how I was generating so many leads, especially since I started in a brand new market with no sphere, no clients, no referrals, nothing. What they didn't know is that I had already had a very unique skill set that allowed me to captivate, compel, and see easily. I used my copywriting skills to drive traffic, leads, and sales for those top producing agents. And now I've empowered you to do the same. So let's talk about force and friction here. What are the copy levers that can slow momentum in your business? Writing consistently about topics that don't matter to your ideal clients, writing boring headlines that are easily ignored, writing sloppy copy that causes confusion, writing weak call to actions that repel instead of sell. And then on the other side, we have force. So what are the levers that are going to create momentum in your business? On the opposite side, writing intentionally and persuasively, writing captivating headlines that command attention, writing body copy that creates connection, and writing strong calls to action that compel and sell. So I promised that I would leave time at the end for Q&A. And if you have questions about this, then just go ahead and pop your questions into the chat right now, and I'll go ahead and take some time to answer your questions. In the meantime, while we're waiting for some of those questions to come in, if you want to take a deeper dive into any of the things that I covered today, they're all in my new best-selling book, The Real Real Estate Agent. And as I promised, anyone who does buy the book, we're going to give you a special VIP bonus for doing so. And it's all centered around having your best year ever. So my team and I are going to help you to create a 7-figure real estate marketing plan so that you can have your best year ever. And anyone who buys a copy is going to have an opportunity to walk through us with this live. So we're going to jump on a half-a-day call together, and my team and I are going to teach everybody on that call step by step how to design an airtight real estate marketing plan so you can generate more leads, more clients, and referrals. And this is the exact strategy that I teach in my signature program, the Community Influencer Academy. And it's been proven by 15,000 plus agents who've graduated before you, and the VIP virtual experience. I'm going to do the same for you, even if you're not a member of CIA. So this is for you. If you are a new agent, a seasoned agent, a team leader, a CIA member, a CIA graduate, or any other member of our community. The live learning experience is completely free when you get a copy of my new book, and it's going to be our official textbook that's going to guide us through the VIP planning session. It's sold in all major retailers, but you can buy the book in the ebook version right now for just 99 cents on Amazon during launch week. So this is a $9.97 value for just $1. So grab your textbook today, and then you're just going to go to communityinfluencer.com/book to grab your complimentary ticket. All right, so let me go ahead and stop the screen share real fast. Okay, and let's go ahead and answer some questions if you guys have it. All right. Thank you so much for everybody who is here live on this call. I really appreciate it. And someone wrote, I love this, and I love that you're here. Awesome. Let me scroll down here. All right, so Zodi, hey, good to see you, by the way. So my weekly newsletter gets 45 to 50% opens. I thought this was bad, but can be improved. I didn't understand copy, but now I understand better. Thank you. Yeah, so Zodi, one of the things that's kind of shocking, but is true, is a lot of studies have shown that even if you have a 20% open rate, you're crushing it. So 45 to 50% is really, really good. So that tells me that you're doing a good job with your headlines. And that's the first step. So good job. Next, Rachel. If I sign up for the monthly subscription, do I have to wait each month to get the information, or can I move ahead at my own pace? Yeah, so Rachel, this is a really good question. And we have done this several ways, and I want to talk about the pros and cons of each of the different ways so that it's clear to everybody who signs up if they happen to sign up. So right now we have it month by month by month because we have allowed people to go through all of the content at once, and it has been incredibly overwhelming because there's a lot of content in there. And again, it's kind of like Netflix. If you open it up, it's a lot. So what we've done is asked people to go through it month by month by month so that they can absorb the information and implement what they've learned before they move on to the next thing. So we actually are looking at possibly opening it up again, because a lot of people ask us to open up all of the classes, but it is a better learning experience to build on what you've learned last month, because it is kind of like a 12-month thing. So hopefully that makes sense, but that's the rationale behind it, because we want you to kind of be with us for 12 months in this incubator and accelerator. And then once you kind of go off on your own, you're ready to go and, crush it. So, all right. So Carrie, do you have any recommendations for books or additional training to help us write stronger copy? FYI, I am a CIA graduate. Yeah. So, my book does cover copy extensively, so that's something that I would definitely check out. But a lot of the copy people that I follow are no longer with us. They're like old school copywriters from back in the day. Ogilvy is probably the best copywriter of all time. And let me just give you a quick distinction. So when it comes to marketing, there is what we have right now is like what you see most of the time is like, it's almost like billboard marketing. It's like relationship marketing where you just post something up and then you're just trying to get your name out there, just trying to get a lot of impressions. The copy that I specifically study and the one that I find is most effective is direct response copy. That is sales copy. So Coke, Disney, all of the big brands that you see, they typically will do the first kind, which is just like throwing up a billboard, and then you want exposure and you want a lot of people to see your brand. That's great if you have a $1 billion marketing budget. And a lot of these like McDonald's, Taco Bell, like all the ones that you see, all the big brands that you see, they have huge marketing budgets. So that works for them. But for smaller businesses, and I would argue for every business, you should focus on direct response copy, because that is copy that will elicit a direct response, which is where the name comes from. And once you have direct response copy, you can write copy, get people to take the next step. And after that happens, that's how you make money and you make sales. So that's the type of copy that I would specifically start studying if you want to take a deeper dive. All right. So Jenny's writing, do you find that some copy works best on FB, IG, and LinkedIn? Yeah. So what I would argue is your photos, the types of videos you create, and the type of content will vary from platform to platform to platform. But the copy is not going to change much if you're using direct response copy. So if you're using more like relationship or marketing copy, then yeah, that will change. But direct response, it hardly ever changes. And again, that's why you can still study direct response copy from people who created it in like the 20s and the 30s and the 40s and the 50s, because it really doesn't change. That will never change. Let's see. Love that coloring. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. How do we get the Kindle version? Okay, so if you just go to Amazon, and I don't know why, but for some reason on Amazon, you can't buy a Kindle book on your app, on the Amazon app. So you have to go to Amazon.com and then just search for my name or search for the title of the book. And then you can buy it on Amazon.com. So, and then it'll show up in your Kindle library, but that's how you can get the e-version of the book. Let's see. You are stunning in the voice. Congratulations on your new book. Thank you today. Definitely an eye opener. I had to look up Mickey Mouse's song. Yes. Like if you notice, you'll start noticing, again, it's not just Mickey. It's like every cartoon that's designed for kids, they look like kids. And, like when babies are born, if you look at their face proportionally, their eyes are bigger cause our eyes don't grow. Like, scientific fact, our eyes don't grow. So you're born with the same eyes that you're going to have, like, when you get older. So proportionally, our faces are small, but our eyes are the same. So they look bigger. And that's why cartoons are almost always drawn with larger eyes, because they look more childlike. So fun fact. When will the free course be you are offering on the book purchase? You are so awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so it's going to be on, the VIP experience is going to be on February 22nd. And it'll be from 8 to like around noon. So we'll just go through everything together. And yeah, that's when it'll be. Thank you. So appreciate your course. So much good info. Thank you so much, Jenny. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everybody who joined us live today. If you have any other questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat below. And then if we end early, then I'll just give you the time back. Zodi is saying it's not available there, only in print, available on Amazon. Are you, Zodi, what? You're in the United States, right? I think you are. I'm signed up for. Awesome. Thank you. I look forward to hanging out with you on the 22nd. Yeah, Zodi, I think if you go to, here's what I do. Let me just tell you my process really quickly. Maybe this will help the workaround, because a lot of people asked about this. So if you open up your Amazon app, you look for the book and you find the book and you click Kindle version. I share that link to myself. I open it up in Chrome and then I buy. That's how I buy every Kindle book. And I have like hundreds. Can we use the same tactics for YouTube videos and thumbnails? Absolutely. Copy is universal. So I would use this everywhere, even on your open house signs, on any signage that you use. It could be physical, it could be digital. Copy, direct response sales copy is always going to be applicable. It doesn't matter where it is, what platform, it's totally agnostic. So you can use it literally anywhere. Rachel says, I got the Kindle book today. Yeah, so if Rachel was able to get it, then other people should be able to get it too. So I know it's confusing, but Amazon doesn't allow Kindle purchases on the app, probably because they have to give a percentage of each book sale to Apple if they do that. So that's probably why they don't allow allow that to happen. Yeah, you're in Florida. So, Zodi, I know you're a member. So if you post in the group, if you have any trouble, let us know. And then my team and I, we can help walk you through. Because if you're having this problem, then other people are probably having the same problem too. So deals with Dana. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Dana. I really appreciate it. All right. So if we can't make the call video live on the 22nd, will there be a live broadcast later to watch? Yes. If you're a member, we're going to put that in your learning portal. If you're not a member, we're going to put it on a website and give you access to that website so that you guys can always access it later. That's a great question. Thanks for asking. Why is my name showing as Facebook user? So in the groups, and if you run a group, you might notice this happens if you ever happen to do a live. So if you run a group, sometimes if you do it from your desktop, it shows up as Facebook user. But if you want, like for instance, I can invite group members. So there's like a link that you can, I just posted it in the chat. But yeah, if you click that link and then you just tell them, you give Facebook permission to say what your name is, and then it won't show up as Facebook user. If you're on the page, I think it doesn't do that. But if you're in the group, it does it. It's weird. I don't know why it does that. Aaron, do you take time to analyze a site for us? Give us specific recommendations. That's something, Jenny, that's something that we have discussed. So my graphic designer and my creative team and I, like, we are currently trying to build a creative team so that we can offer that as a service for you guys. We're thinking about doing that for members in the form of a hot seat. So basically, if you're like, hey, can you look at my site, my social media, these things, then we can basically dedicate like a few minutes to going through on a call, and basically we can give you specific recommendations on what to do. But right now, it's not something that we offer right now, but just know that that's on our membership roadmap for this year. We've already thought about that, and we are actively looking for ways to help you guys do that, because that question comes up a lot. I purchased the Kindle version on Amazon.com. Here's the link. Thanks. Yeah, if anyone can like find that link in the chat, that would be great. And yeah, that's on Facebook for those of you guys who are on Facebook. Oh, I'd love to buy the book on my Apple Books. I'm not sure. I'm not seeing it there. Yes. So we are aware, for some reason, we're in every single retailer, like even retailers I've never even heard of. I think we're syndicated 160,000 places all over the world. But for some reason, Apple Books is not one of them. So we're trying to figure out why Apple is not picking up our syndication. It's weird, but we know that, and I'm sorry about that. Is it still showing on sale for both the Kindle and the paperback? So the paperback is $12.99. That hasn't changed, but the Kindle version right now during launch week is 99 cents. I got the ebook, but ordered the hard copy. I'm old school. Love it in my hands. Thank you. I appreciate it. And here's the thing, like one of the reasons why we hit #1 so quickly is because of people like you. So a lot of people purchase the ebook version just to support the brand and support the business and support me. But then a lot of people also purchase the paperback. Like I even have the paperback. I have both versions because I want to be able to quickly open it up, and I now keep it on my desk every day for that purpose. So thank you so much. But order whatever version is comfortable for you guys. Cool. How long is the class offer open? I just got your book today. Would love to read through it before deciding if your program is best for me. Rachel, that's fine. Take your time. So whenever you're ready, just email my team, hello@communityinfluencer.com, whenever you're ready to become a member, and we'd love to have you. That's awesome. Thanks, Jenny. I appreciate it. All right, cool. So that's all of the comments for today. And if you have any other ones, if you're watching the replay, just go ahead and throw them in the chat, and we come back and we answer all of the questions that you guys have. So feel free to, do this even after the replay ends. All right. See you guys later. Bye.